New York City mayor on the Democratic primary, Mamdani beats Andrew Cuomo. This is not something people expected. He's a 33-year-old former rapper who said a lot of weird things. He says he's going to make childcare free for everybody, buses free for everybody. There's a lot of things that's going to be given free. He's a communist. Some call him a socialist, Muslim. There's certain things that he has. They're calling New York that could be possibly the next London. New York could turn into the next Dearborn, could turn into the next Detroit. There's a lot of concerns there. It is so bad with what they're talking about with New York that even Ryan Serhant, who is the big real estate influencer, this is the type of guy that puts up properties for sale in New York for $200+ million. That's who he represents. That's who those clients want to do business with. And here's what he had to say. Luxury real estate broker says wealthy New Yorkers are already looking to flee after Zohran Mamdani's primary win. Rob, if you can go to the next page on that Instagram post. Within minutes of Zohran Mamdani clinching the Democratic nomination Tuesday night, real estate agents like Ryan Serhant were flooded with calls from clients looking to walk away from deals to buy apartments in New York City. So imagine I made an offer on a property that I'm buying 5, 10, 15, 20, $30 million. I'm like, I'm out. We're in the middle of it. Imagine a realtor's about to make $200,000 in commission, $50,000 in commission, $400,000 in commission. We're out. We're not doing this. This is not a good investment if this takes place. If you want to go to the next slide, Rob, if you could on that Instagram post. My number one job, he says, will be moving people from New York to Florida. Again, based on the results, clients are going to hold off on making any kind of investment in New York City. By the way, he does not benefit from saying this. You guys understand, like his business is New York business. He doesn't benefit from saying something like this. He wants people to stay in New York to do well, but at the same time, it benefits him as well if people leave because they're buying and selling. Rob, if you want to go to the last slide, if there is one. Okay, so this is from Ryan Serhant. Now, why are so many business owners, entrepreneurs concerned about what's going on here with Mamdani? Rob, can you put up the video clip about Mamdani winning and what happened there with the primaries? This is Eric Adams, okay, Mayor Eric Adams, who says, you know, all the claims that Mamdani is making of what he's going to do to New York, he can do today if he really wanted to. Rob, go ahead and play this clip.
Mayor, it's not just defund the police, this candidate, Democratic Socialist. He wants to freeze the rent. He wants city-run grocery stores, social workers to replace the police because that's going to help. He wants $60 billion of debt fund for affordable housing. He wants free buses, no cost for childcare, baby baskets for newborn, and a $30 minimum wage. How can someone vote for this?
He's a snake oil salesman. Mm-hmm. He will say and do anything to get elected. Think about this for a moment. He wants to raise 1%. He wants to raise tax on 1% of New Yorkers' high-income earners. As the mayor, you don't have the authority to do that. You know who has the authority to do that? An assemblyman, which he is. He wants to do free buses. He could have done it at assemblyman.
There you go.
He doesn't understand the power of government and how you must making sure you improve your economy, raise the standard of living, and this is what we've done in the city. And I'm looking forward to being on the campaign trail and showing New Yorkers we can't go backwards.
Now, here's what's interesting. Vinny, you're somebody that lived in New York for quite some time. Mamdani's running as a Democrat.
Yes.
Eric Adams is running as an independent. Chris Awila is running as a Republican. When you see this happening in New York, one, how do you feel about Mamdani? Do you think his chances are high that he could possibly win, or do you think Mayor Adams is going to come back and win?
Well, first of all, on Tuesday we were talking about it, and we were like, yeah, he's winning. Cuomo has no point, but just to add a couple of more things that he's previously called for: abolishing NYPD, abolishing prisons, abolishing medical bills, abolishing private health care insurance, banning all guns. I want you guys, even though New York is pretty strict, legalizing sex work, safe injection sites. Because that works in San Francisco, right, Tom?
Perfect. Yeah, nothing could.
Yeah, like an ATM for crack.
Wrong.
Yeah, an ATM machine for crack. Ending cash bail, decriminalizing drug possession, ending sentencing enhancements, and ending all cooperation with ICE. So, meaning the sanctuary city thing, they want nothing with ICE to have to do with it. I personally, Pat, I'm not a fan of it, and just the pool of leadership from New York. I know I mentioned on Tuesday, but what the hell is going on? Number one. Number two, all the people that are fleeing. Is that like, do you just give up and do you bounce? Why don't those people, Pat, who have money, donate and help and try to fund and support the opposition? Because we talked about and we warned people. Look at what's happening in England. Look what's happening in France. Every single thing on my feed about Europe is negative, and it's the migrants that are in there that are causing freaking ruckus, punching people in the face, robbing people, stabbing people, beating the shit out of kids. Sorry for my language, but and I want to say something, Pat. And I think it was Mayor Suarez said something along the lines of finding a loophole or something where if you're a communist and you're seriously supporting communists, you can't run for public office. Rob, I think Suarez said this, but this is me. This is Vincent Oshana's take. And this goes all the way to the top, which includes him and this type of office, Pat. This country was built on Christian values. Am I right, Tom?
Absolutely.
The Constitution was not written in a vacuum. The founders believe our rights came from God.
Endowed by our Creator.
Thank you. And not the government. So that's what makes America great, and that's what makes us different. You take God out, and you have tyranny. And look at communists. Name me a time that communism worked, Tom. Can anybody do it? Communism and this Marxist crap idea. And this is me. I think, Tom, that we need to, I don't know how it would happen, but do something where even the president, Pat, only Christians, and I'm being real, can be the president of the United States. This is a Christian nation. Our freedoms came from the cross, not Karl Marx. Okay? Communism rejects God. And if we let this type of stuff
all gods, by the way.
If this, and am I being that guy where this is a nation founded on Christian values?
No, you're right. But listen, the beautiful thing about people like this is contradictions eventually get exposed. Watch this one here. He says, this virus is laying bare the severe shortcomings of capitalism. And look at the next tweet. It's the final day to our very first merge. Wait a minute. You went from hating capitalism to becoming a capitalist, 0 to 60 to capitalist in a couple seconds. What happened there? You get exposed. You get exposed on the ideology and philosophies people like this have. Adam, what are your thoughts on this with what's happened in New York City with Mamdani winning?
Well, congratulations, New York City. I just want to give you a round of applause. Elections have consequences, and this is who you voted for.
I can't hear him.
We lost Adam.
Adam dropped out.
No? Audio?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, go for it, Adam.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what you heard, but
go back when you said New York City. Congratulations.
Yeah,
New York City.
Congratulations, New York City. Proud of you, happy for you. This is what you wanted. You got it. This is something that we'll see if it sticks to Mamdani when it comes to November. This is only the primary.
That's right.
If we know anything, this is only the primary.
Do you think he'll win?
There's going to be
do you think he'll
5
win?
more months.
Do you think he'll win?
That? So I do think he'll win. And I'll tell you why. This is not people are looking at him as he's the problem. He's not the problem. He's a symptom of a bigger problem. One thing we know for sure is New York is done with the Cuomos. No offense. I think Chris Cuomo is doing a great job right now on News Nation. I think Andrew Cuomo, it's time to retire. There's 3 reasons that Zoran won, and we should pay attention to the reasons why. Number 1, he was the exact opposite of what Cuomo was. He was authentic, he was bold, and he wasn't scared. Cuomo, as funny as it is, he's not establishment, but he's at least viewed as anti-establishment, or a part of the establishment. So number 2, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. He is a progressive Islamist. He co-founded, I believe, the Palestinian Students for Justice. He's a communist. He's an Islamist. Respect. That's who he is. Believe him. He started a grassroots, youthful, diverse movement in New York City, and this is who the modern Democratic Party is. This is why I left the Democratic Party. I'm from Miami. You don't see anything like this in Miami. You see someone like this, like Mayor Suarez in Miami. There's 0% chance in Miami where Cubans came to flee communism and socialism. We'd never elect anybody like this. So this is why you see all the memes about people basically moving to Miami. What's the biggest reason they're moving to Miami? It's not the Christianity. It's not the Islamism. It's not the Judaism. It's not religion. Follow the money. Affordability crisis in New York is the number 1 in the country as far as what you're paying, as far as percentage of your income towards housing. That's why he's using all the typical tricks that a socialist and a communist uses. Lowering the cost of rent freezes, free buses, free transportation, free childcare, $30 minimum wage, free groceries, basically. Where have I heard this before? We'll see if Eric Adams can mount something, but unless he becomes authentic and learns how to get with the youth, Mamdani might be the newest mayor of New York City.
All right, so
what
here's
a
what
far
he had
cry
to say. Here's
from
what he
Michael
had to say
Bloomberg.
on the victory speech. Go ahead, Rob.
One, because New Yorkers have stood up for a city they can afford. A city where they can do more than just struggle. And it's where the mayor will use their power to reject Donald Trump's fascism, to stop mass ICE agents
What is
from
that one
deporting
scene in the
our
movie where it
neighbors.
says, I don't know why I'm screaming.
Yeah.
Anchorman? Is that what it is? Dude, keep playing it, Rob. I'm just trying to, like, he says he's fighting Trump's fascism, right?
Yep.
Fascism. To
Trump's
stop
fascism.
mass ICE agents from deporting our
Okay,
neighbors.
so this is what Tom Homan had to say about this, because you know how he went up and screaming about the fact that, hey, this is not fair what you're doing to immigrants. This is Tom Homan's response. Go for it.
Mayor candidate. He hasn't won yet, but he won the Democratic primary, Zorain Mamdani. So he's saying, I mean, this is incredible. He's vowed to kick the, quote, fascist ICE out of New York City, okay? So how do you intend to deal with that? Because I would guess there are going to be a lot of criminals and Iranian cells and whatnot in New York City. The job's not done there. What do you say to this guy?
Good luck with that. Federal law trumps him every day, every hour of every minute. We're going to be in New York City. Matter of fact, because it's a sanctuary city, President Trump made it clear a week and a half ago. We're going to double down and triple down on sanctuary cities. If we can't arrest a bad guy in a county jail, one agent arresting one bad guy, they release him in the streets like New York does every day. We got to send a whole team to look for this guy. And not only that, we're going to send additional teams to look for all the people they arrest. We're going to concentrate in sanctuary cities because we know they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats back to the street. So we know we got a problem there. So we don't have that problem in Florida where most sheriffs work for us. So we're going to double up and triple up on New York. And not only are we going to send more agents to the neighborhood, we're going to increase worksite enforcement tenfold. If we can't arrest them in the jail, you're going to force them in the neighborhood, then we'll find them in the neighborhood.
Right there.
If we can't.
So, by the way, New Yorkers who are possibly thinking about staying, they're staying because of guys like this. They're relying on the federal government to do their part. Rob, can you do me a favor? Go to ChatGPT and time in how many Muslim mayors have we had in America? How many Muslim mayors? I believe the number is 6 when I looked at it yesterday, but it could be 3 and 3. It'll break it down for you. How many Muslim mayors have we had in America? Zoom in a little bit. How many Muslim mayors have we had in America? For example, breakdown. Okay, so that one is what? Mayor of Cambridge, Massachusetts. Okay, 4 years. Sadaf Jaffer in Montgomery Township. Okay. Dika's, where's that? Portland. Is that Portland, Maryland? No, that's where? M.E. Mayor
Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine. And then Nadia Mohammed is St. Louis Park, Minnesota. It's a lot of Minnesota. Amir Omar, Richardson, Texas. Interesting. First Muslim mayor
5
in that region. And then 6, Mamdani, if he wins, right?
So 5.
So 5 so far. And of which, of the 5, 3 are from Minnesota. If this goes the way it does, Tom, say he wins. Is it really that bad of a thing? Is it really going to get that nasty? Is it really an overreaction? Oh, my God, everyone's going to move to Florida. People are going to leave. It's going to be this. Is it really that bad of a thing in New York, or is it just an overreaction?
I don't think it's an overreaction. We just saw one of the largest, most influential realtors in New York saying, I'm getting phone calls now to stop a deal. And a deal in New York City is $1 million, $2 million deal on the low end for, condos and nice apartments and things like that. And now you're talking about this. I look at it this way. There is a great contradiction that happened in New York City. They had a large rally, one of the larger rallies. No authoritarianism, no kings. But if you listen to this guy and you listen to everything, you take the guns away from the citizens. And by the way, there was a shooting at a church, 1 person tragically killed, but then a highly trained, licensed citizen security guard takes out the threat. Not a multi-person shooting, 1 person, God rest her soul, and the shooter neutralized. But now you're going to take guns away from the citizens, you're going to defund the police, and you're going to do all the rest of these things, make it free. And when that devolves, that will devolve very, very quickly. And when it devolves, guess what? The people can't rise up because the people are not armed just to protect their homes. And you know what you get? You get an authoritarian Muslim that's the mayor of your city. This is not an overreaction. There are very real things that are happening right now. It's a populist thing. If he tries to get the $30 minimum wage through, Eric Adams was on a morning show on Fox talking about things. Hey, he needs the assemblyman to help him. and he is an assemblyman. And so why couldn't he get all this done now? So as mayor of New York, this is not an overreaction. This is the tip of an iceberg. This could head toward Dearborn very, very, very quickly. And I just ask New Yorkers, those of you that voted for him, look down the list of things and ask yourself very honestly, where do you think the outcome is at? What do you think the end is at? Does the mayor become a Muslim authoritarian figure? I think so. But you just marched in the streets over the past weekend and said no authoritarianism. Which is it?
By the way, you know what's interesting about this, Tom? I posted something on Twitter and I said, New York may have gotten more conservative in the 2024 election, but the Democratic Party moved further left.
I think you're 100% correct.
They moved further left. So as left as they were, they didn't decide to come to the center. Let's go a little bit more to the center. They're like, no, let's go a little bit more to the left. Let's go turn this thing into Detroit. Let's go turn this thing into Dearborn. And you know what's the crazy thing about businessmen that live in your community? Who are the first people that are hated? Those who make money, those who are successful. In every space, those are the people that always get hated the most. In the family, who is the most hated person? Probably the guy with the most money or the gal with the most money. It's always the same thing. People can't stand success because they're envious of it until eventually, what happens? Those people say, you know what? You don't appreciate us? No problem. We'll leave to a different place. Ken Griffin. I was at an event in St. Regis with a bunch of wealthy people that are billionaires. And the entire 8-hour meeting, 40% of the meeting, everyone brought up Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin left Chicago. Ken Griffin left Chicago. Ken Griffin left Chicago. Ken Griffin left. We're going to miss Ken Griffin. But you know we're going to recover from Ken Griffin. It's like the entire meeting was about Ken Griffin. Okay, so now all these people that you guys hate in New York that are the business owners, the builders, the billionaires, you don't think they have 100 other places to go to? It's as if every person that voted for Mamdani in New York needs to go out there and buy the book Atlas Shrugged and just read it. Go read the book and read the history of what happens when you push these types of guys out. There's plenty of places for them to go to. But again, we'll see what happened by November between now and then. Maybe Eric Adams is going to come out. And since they're both kind of Democratic Party, but he went to the independent side, who knows if an independent can win in New York? We'll find out. Folks, if you're watching this, one of the things that is very important in a time like this, while all the chaos are happening, if you're running a small business or you're an executive or somebody that's a startup, you're trying to raise money, you're trying to sell your business, you're trying to make proper strategic partnerships, maybe take your comp plan to a different level, variable comp to a different level. You want to find a better way to expand your business model, expand your podcast. We had a guy that came to us, a doctor, at 288 subscribers on his podcast. Within 90 days, I think he's at 160,000 subscribers right now. We spent an entire day with him at our consulting firm. The one thing most people don't know about is the fact that we engage with about 10,000 people worldwide in 60 plus countries at Bet David Consulting. If you're a small business owner, we have this 5x5 program that we go through, 5 challenges you face at 5 different phases of your business. We've been talking about this now for 3 years. If you want to get this 5x5 brochure that we have, go to betdavid.com, my last name, betdavid.com. All the way at the bottom, if you want to engage with one of our consultants, whether it's myself, Tom, or someone else, or find out about our events, go to betdavid.com, fill out the information all the way at the bottom, put your phone number in, put your email in. One of our guys will get a hold of you. We'll talk to you about what we have to offer here and share with you the PDF of the 5 challenges every founder faces at 5 different phases of their business. So again, go to betdavid.com. This is all free. There's an 18-minute video that breaks down the challenges as well for you to watch, specific to those of you that are running businesses, executives that want to take your business to the next level, and find strategies to excel during these chaotic times. Don't do it alone. If there's anything I would tell you is don't do it alone during these seasons.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.